affects the animals. And so, how many of you guys have actually been to a zoo, like in any kind of way? Yeah, like mostly everyone. And so, many people don't really realize the effects that this has on the animals because people just see it as a good family outing activity to get outside to see animals you wouldn't usually see. And so, the 4 main points I'm going to discuss today is the decreasing mental health of the animals, the physical injuries that they may get, the living conditions, and the lack of laws that prevent them. And so the first is decreasing mental health. And these animals can develop PTSD or depression, and many people don't realize that because they're just animals and you can't ask them how they're doing. And so one of the main reasons they get this is because they have a loss of hope to being freed. So they realize that they're behind like the gate or behind the walls or behind the concrete barriers, and they realize that they're not supposed to be there, and so they get sad and depressed. And benzodiazepine is actually a drug that is given to humans to help relieve anxiety, and SeaWorld is one of the main ones that has been caught giving this to the animals. And that really puts it into perspective because if like the animals need that to get by, like they shouldn't necessarily be in that situation. And so zoochosis is the actual diagnosis, I guess, that is given to these animals, and that is the self-destructive and repetitive behavior that is given to these animals that is caused by stress and of being held in captivity, and this is often caused by lack of movement, a lot of stimulation, and the flashes of pictures. And so the next one is physical injuries, and a lot of these are because of the mental illnesses that I just talked about. So the pacing back and forth, these animals do this when they're stressed or they're anxious, and this actually can harm their limbs and their paws and their claws and things like that. And plucking their fur out. So I kind of see this as a lot of people like bite their nails or they pull their hair out when they're anxious or something like that. And the animals actually do that too, and that's obviously not good. And then the last one, dorsal fin collapse. I thought this was kind of sad because these orca whales, they are obviously in the tanks in the zoos, and in order to swim the amount of time they would in the wild, which is 100 miles, that's like the approximation, they would in a day in the wild, they'll need to swim the tank 1,900 times. And you can obviously tell that like swimming around in a circle is different than swimming in the ocean, so their fins often get injured. And so the next one is the living conditions, and the zoos say that they mimic the natural environment of the place that they're supposed to be in by like putting like trees and grass and stuff like that. But most of these animals are smarter than humans, like they know that they're not supposed to be there, and so they realize they're hidden behind a glass or a wall. And many of these areas that the animals are held in, they're barely enough room to lay down or to stand or to move around because there's either too many animals or there's just not enough space for them. And the next one is the feeding regimen, and so this strips away their natural hunting instinct. So you're talking about like lions or tigers, and they're like born to hunt, and the zoos are feeding them not enough food or the wrong foods, or so that impacts them as well. And the last one is no privacy. So I don't know about you, but I don't think I could live with like 3 other people the rest of my life. I don't know how some of these animals can stay in that area with a bunch of different animals for the rest of their lives. The last one is the lack of laws, and there are some laws, but not as many as there should be, and they're not enforced as strongly as they should be. So one is the Animal Welfare Act, and this says that it requires animals to receive food and shelter, but it doesn't say how much food or how much shelter, so you can assume that the zoos are probably going to pick the least amount that would cost them in order to save money. And so in conclusion, these zoos are taking advantage of these animals mostly for money reasons, so they can gain the most amount of profit for the least amount of effort. And so the 4 main points I discussed today were the decreasing mental health, the physical injuries, and the living conditions, and the lack of laws that don't prevent them.